Okay, so item 11, which is my notice of motion, which obviously I'll move. I'll just present it a bit here. 18 months ago, as we'll know, we're always looking out for the safety of nurses and people that are going backwards and forwards from the hospital. They certainly look after us when we're in hospital. So I feel we've got to look after them as best we can. 18 months ago, I wanted to do this at Paracury. I was thinking about it, as well as I was thinking about using some of the netball courts after the netball moved out to Napunawai. But with Paracury, I was told we can't do anything until we own it. Until the contractor gives it up and we own it, we can't do anything. So that's okay. Just the other day when we're doing the LAP, someone came in and said we invited me around to have a look at the ED department on the effects of alcohol and what happens in there. So I was around at ED anyway. So that was good. And it was mentioned to me then that some people, still nurses and people at work hospital, still come to work at 4 o'clock in the morning and sleep in their car until it's time to get up, just so they can get a car park closer to the place of their work. And then the young lady I was talking to, she's lovely. I said, well, where do you keep your car? And she's a number of blocks away. And I thought, yeah. What do you do? She says, I get a scooter because I know it will go faster than the person chasing me. Now, we don't need that kind of thought going on in someone's head. So this is what made me put the notice of motion up, which is for staff to go and investigate, using some of the spare, I feel, capacity at Paracury between 8:30 at night or 9 o'clock at night until about 6:30 in the morning, 6 o'clock, when the shifts change. Apparently, the big problem is overlap between one shift and the other. They have got free parking there, but of course, Group A is already in there. Group B has to be there, but can't get into Group A goes, but they can't, so they're swapped over. So, and the other thing I wanted to do was talk to the hospital. I know we shouldn't have to do this, but I think we owe it to people. Is somehow the hospital provides, I'm thinking, one of those 6-seater golf carts that the security man takes them right to their car or wherever their car is, and it looks after them at night time. So that's the reason that I've brought this notice of motion. And the seconder is Aaron. Yeah, is there any questions? Tim?
Yeah, I totally support it. I think it's a good move, but it's not just nurses that are in the central city, is it? We've got cleaners who are young women as well. We've got our entertainment bar staff, etc. So I wonder if we could if we're going to do it, let's make it if we're going to look at questions or feasibility, etc. Let's broaden it a wee bit. And the other one, whilst we're talking to the hospital, I know that Dunedin does it, the students with getting and it is young women they're concentrating. They have a very good security system where the security guards drive around and keep an eye on and walk with some, etc. So you don't need a 6-seater golf cart for 6 people. You can actually have some security around the area that are keeping an eye on the overall area. So there are, I think, let's not close the door on any ideas. Let's just
broaden it out. More than happy to do that. And the other thing is that we've got that just a button before Yanni, is we've got the birthing unit across the road, which is on the other side of Paracury.
Absolutely.
So it's all.
Let's, keep an open mind. Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Tim. Aaron.
So just on your 6-seater golf cart, what happened to the one that goes around Botanic Gardens? The one
recharging overnight.
It's recharging. Okay, see if that can get a fast charger.
but I'm just throwing that
all of those ideas chucked in, it'll be good. Yeah, because that one there I think can take 24 people or something. So that type of thing. Yep. Yeah, but all of those are in the mix because you just that way we're double using resources.
Yanni?
Yeah, thank you. So several questions. One is, has anyone talked to Ngāi Tahu about their parking building and what the capacity is at night or the occupancy is at night?
I'm sure that will be brought into the.
Okay, because I'd just be a bit concerned if we if that's got low occupancy, then isn't that the thing we should talk about with the health? So we'll do that.
To pay for it.
They're happy to offer it up for
The
free.
the only thing I was looking at here is it's 550 car parks down there. And through the middle of the night, we're not getting any return off them anyway, so we might as well offer them to someone to,
So
I'm still sure Perikuri's going to be busy.
So I'm absolutely happy to look at these options. I just wanted to also know that we've also seen a huge increase in residential that doesn't have car parking in this area. Is there any thought to how you would ensure that the people that were using the hospital would get access as opposed to Airbnbs, etc.?
Point of it is the whole point of it is to look into and explore.
That will explore it.
I think a
Okay.
job as a nurse and live in the area, that'd be great.
Well, sorry, I just want to be clear though. So when the report comes back, will it just look for the hospital parking or will it look for wider than that?
I'm just looking at hospital and or, as Tim said, cleaners or anyone that's working there.
They're hospital
just-
staff.
Yes, it's hospital staff, yes.
If you've bought a house that's got no parking, that's on you.
Yeah, no, I understand that. So the only other question I had was, will it also talk to the health board, or sorry, not the health, the Health New Zealand now, about vacant sites that they may have that would be suitable for.
I'm sure that,
temporary
because we've
parking?
been trashing car parking at the hospital to death for years and so. Kelly,
Yeah,
please.
I just wonder if there's been any talk about building outside the A&E where there's a perfectly good car park up from there. My daughter is trained to be a doctor, has worked at A&E and says it's really hard to get parking around there. And I just wondered whether there'd been any talk from the DHB about considering going up there, which is a perfect spot, the land's available.
It was ruled out.
Really?
Yeah. Tony Ryle brought back a plan with a multi-story car park there, and management at the DHB did not like it because it blocked the view.
There's no.
So it never went ahead, but there was no car park there. Tony Ryle brought one back and then that was scuppered. So we did have a multi-story car park in the plans at one point and it was.
Thank you, Aaron. And lastly, Celeste.
I would have thought that would be the solution.
Yeah, it was.
Just want to check, so, because I know this was raised previously by Sarah Templeton, is the advice that was asked for at that point the same as the advice that's coming through as part of the notice of motion?
Well, it's irrelevant.
Say again, sorry.
Well, it isn't irrelevant, because I just want to understand if there's multiple processes, as long as it comes back through the same point.
Oh, I see what you mean.
So I'm just asking, there was a question that was sent through previously raised by another councillor in regards to this. Is this information that's coming back through this process the same as the information that would be coming back through that process?
No.
So where is that information going?
Well, that's what the advice says, is that's coming back. That was going to be
That's
reviewed.
what I'm seeking clarification from not from Sam, but from Phil. So you don't know, okay, maybe we could get.
That's constructive.
The staff have said that they're going to work on it and wait until 3 months after it opens. I don't want to wait 3 minutes. I want to have this going as soon as we got the keys and we own it. But I don't want it to get lost into the system and it comes out at the middle of next year. We owe it to these people to look after them as best we can. So that's all right. Okay, so we're going to move in a second. I'll put that, any debate. Danny.
I mean, I appreciate this issue being brought back to us again. This is not the first time this has been raised. It was repeatedly raised when even before Metro Sports was beginning, when we started to do some of the roading changes around Oxford Terrace. There was a suggestion that we actually, as part of the hospital redevelopment, do a land swap and actually get a purpose-built car parking building to support the hospital at the time, but people didn't want to go there. It was raised when we were considering the plans for Metro Sports to put a multi-story car parking there in partnership with the hospital, the health board at the time, central government. That was, for whatever reason, ruled out, so we didn't do that. And then there was a private building that was done that people don't seem to be parking because it's too expensive, which just seems kind of bizarre, really. So I'm really supportive of us doing more. It's something that I feel that people's safety is really important. And, you know, it is something that we should be looking at to facilitate better outcomes as a city. But it's incredibly frustrating that up until this point, we've had such a siloed approach to this issue. And I know other councillors on this table also have felt very passionately for many years that we needed to do more in this space. So, you know, I look forward to getting the advice back. Hopefully we can come up with some good solutions. But, you know, fundamentally, let's try and learn some of those lessons that of short-sightedness of some of the previous decisions that were made, that we've ended up in a situation where we're doing this, you know, a couple of months before the centre opens. But it seems crazy to have at-grade car parking at the Metro Sport when we know that there's so much pressure on parking in this area. So, you know, maybe in time we can also reconsider that, but today let's try and get some progress on this issue.
Okay, thank you. And Kelly, please, and we'll throw it off.
Yeah, really happy to support this report today. I think it's madness that our council's having to get involved in something that really is probably an issue that government should have taken care of a long time ago. I mean, why would you build a house with no parking? If, you know, if there isn't great public transport, why would you build a hospital and have inadequate parking for your staff and for the people that visit there? I've been liaising with one of the residents of Burwood who has told me of her experience of a family member ending up in A&E and spending a lot of time in the hospital. And she says the anxiety that she gets from trying to find parks in and around the hospital is something that she just shouldn't have to go through when she's already got a lot of things to deal with this family member. So congratulations, Phil, for bringing this to a head and actually setting something in motion. Talk is talk, but action is action, and I'm really glad to see that this is actually happening today. So I'll support it.
Thank you, and Tim.
Thank you. Yeah, I think this is a good way forward. I'd be interested in the information coming back, but let's not forget that the District Health Board have a responsibility as an employer of a lot of people, and generally women, who are walking late at night through a park. So they must take responsibility. It is not for the ratepayers of Christchurch only to cover their asses. It is, we should be doing this in tandem with them. And I do want to see that information coming back. It would have been great, and I don't know whether they had talked with Ngāi Tahu with the parking building there. It would have been great for them to look at doing a partnership there. There is going to be a cost to them one way or the other. It should not continually drop on the ratepayers of Christchurch to pick up other people's mismanagement. Do keep in mind that there are specialists who turn up at the hospital sometimes once, sometimes twice a week, and they have covered car parks on the corner of St Asaph and Armagh Street. So maybe the management of the hospital could actually start issuing some of those to those night shift workers, whoever they are. So I'd like to see some really good information coming back, because I'm, like many people around this table, getting sick and tired that other people expect the ratepayers of Christchurch to pick up costs that they should be incurring and planning for. Thank you.
I'll wrap it up. The only reason I wanted to throw this out there, because I went to the after hour at ED, and if I hadn't talked to that nurse, I wouldn't have gone, wow, this is nothing, as you know, we're just going around circles. So we've got an opportunity maybe to help the problem. So I will put the motion. All those in favour?
Aye.
Against? Thank you, that's carried.